Good morning, my dear grade 4 students. I am teacher Dianne and I will be your English literature teacher for today. And you know the drill. To start our day, let's sing the 1, 2, 3 clap. Do you still remember this one? Great! But I want all ears to me as I sing the song and all eyes on me as I do the action of the song. And afterwards, let's do it all together. Am I clear with that? Very good. So the song goes like this. 1, 2, 3, clap your hands with me. I'm so glad you're here today. 1, 2, 3. That is the first action of the song. How about let's think of another action? Let's try rolling our arms. Please roll your arms with me, everybody. Please roll your arms with me. Okay, this is how it's done. So 1, 2, 3, roll your arms with me. I'm so glad you're here today. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the second action. Let's try to think of another action. How about let's try to tap our head. Tap your head with me, everybody. Tap your head. Great. 1, 2, 3. Tap your head with me. I'm so glad you're here today. 1, 2, 3. Then let's do the clap again. 1, 2, 3. Clap your hands with me. I'm so glad you're here today. 1, 2, 3. So that's very, very simple, everyone. Let's do it all together. Okay, let's do it all together with music. 1, 2, 3, clap your hands with me. I'm so glad you're here today. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, roll your arms with me. I'm so glad you're here today. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tap your head with me. I'm so glad you're here today. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, clap your hands with me. I'm so glad you're here today. 1, 2, 3. Do you feel more welcomed now, my dear students? Well, with that, let's start our first activity of the day, which is a pronunciation activity. This is entitled, I read, you read, in my lead. Well, to do this activity, you have to follow the teacher's lead. We will be reading a poem together. I will be reading the red words and you will be reading the blue words. Am I clear? Okay, again, I will be reading the red words and you will be reading the blue words. Pull, pull, pull. Turn, turn, turn. Grow, grow, grow. Lift, lift, lift. Okay, how about let's do it all again, okay? Pull, pull, pull. Turn, turn, turn. Grow, grow, grow. Lift, lift, lift. Okay, great job, everybody. You really did well in our activity for today. You really did great in our first activity for today, my dear students. Because that first activity will lead us to the main topic for today, which is all about the story of The Enormous Turnip, written by Alexei Tolstoy. And I am expecting that at the end of this day, we will be able to differentiate the characters of the story of The Enormous Turnip, value the importance of patience and cooperation in achieving individual goals, and lastly, you will be able to construct a flowchart showcasing the significant events that happens in the story of The Enormous Turnip. Do you get more excited now as you know the title of our story for today? Well, don't be too excited because I have prepared another activity for you. Do you want another activity? Great! So our next activity will be all about a vocabulary activity. This activity is entitled Turnip Basket Sentence Completion. So what you're going to do is, I will show you a basket filled with turnip. So what's in this basket? As you can see, the basket contains a sentence that is incomplete with a blank. Then, this basket contains turnips, 4 turnips to be exact. These 4 turnips contains choices, the appropriate words which you can use to fill out the sentence to make it more complete. So, all you have to do is just choose the right turnip containing the right words in order to make the sentence more meaningful. Again, students, all you have to do is to pick the right turnip containing the right words that can complete the sentence in the basket. Am I clear with my instruction? Okay, very good. So let us all start. So let's go with basket number 1. Basket number 1 contains the sentence, "The blank turnip surprised everyone." The blank turnip surprised everyone. And we are looking for an adjective. Okay, what is an adjective again? An adjective is a describing word. Okay. So, let's have the choices. The first turnip is enormous. Enormous. The second turnip, small. Small. The third turnip, yellow. Yellow. How about the last turnip? Round. Round. Which of the following turnips do you think can complete the activity? Is it enormous? Is it small? Is it yellow? Or is it round? Very good! The right word for this sentence is enormous. Let's try to complete the sentence. The enormous turnip surprised everyone. The enormous turnip surprised everyone. Very good, students. You really did complete the first sentence. Now let's move on to the basket number 2. The basket number 2 contains the sentence, "Under the soil, something unexpected was blank." Under the soil, something unexpected was blank. And we are looking for a verb. Again, what is a verb, everyone? Very good. A verb is an action word. Now let's try to look at the choices. Turnip number 1 is we have singing. Singing. How about turnip number 2? We have the word dancing. Dancing. How about turnip number 3? We have shrinking. Shrinking. How about turnip number 4? We have growing. Growing. So which of the following words do you think can complete the sentence in the basket number 2? Is it singing? Is it dancing? Is it shrinking? Or is it growing? Very good! It's the fourth one, which is growing. Let's try to complete the sentence. Under the soil, something unexpected was growing. Very good, my dear student. You really did complete the next sentence, which is in the basket number 2. How about let's continue with basket number 3. Try to look at the third basket. The third basket contains the sentence, "Rarely does a turnip grow so blank." Rarely does a turnip grow so blank. And we are looking for an adverb. An adverb is a word that modifies or describes an adjective, a verb, or another adverb. So let's try to look at the choices. So turnip number 1, we have slowly. Slowly. Turnip number 2, we have quickly. Quickly. How about turnip number 3? We have loudly. Loudly. And turnip number 4, wisely. Wisely. So which do you think of these turnips can complete the sentence in the basket? Is it slowly, quickly, loudly, or wisely? Very good. It's quickly. Let's try to complete the sentence in basket number 3. Rarely does a turnip grow so quickly. Let's proceed to basket number 4. So we have the sentence, nobody expected it to be so blank that it cannot fit inside the basket. Nobody expected it to be so blank that it cannot fit inside the basket. And we are looking for an adjective. Again, an adjective is a word that describes something. Let's try to look at the choices. Turnip number 1, we have bitter. Bitter. Turnip number 2, we have sweet. Sweet. Turnip number 3 is we have huge. Huge. Lastly, we have tiny. Tiny. Which of the following choices do you think can complete the sentence in basket number 4? Is it bitter, sweet, huge, or tiny? Very good. The right word is huge. Let's try to complete the sentence in basket number 4. Nobody expected it to be so huge that it cannot fit inside the basket. Very good, my dear students. Now let's try to complete the sentence in the last basket. Basket number 5 contains the sentence, inside the garden, a secret was blank. Inside the garden, a secret was blank. And we are looking for a verb. A verb is an action word. Now let's try to look at the choices. We have first turnip, hidden. Hidden. The second one, revealed. Revealed. How about the third one? Planted. Planted. And the last one? Watered. Watered. Which do you think of these choices can complete the sentence in the last basket? Is it hidden, revealed, planted, or watered? Very good. It is revealed. The right word for the sentence number 5 is revealed. Let's try to complete the sentence in basket number 5. Inside the garden, a secret was revealed. Wow, very good, my dear students. You really did great in our second activity. Now I have a question. What have you observed from the sentences? Okay, those sentences are incomplete and they need one right word that can make them complete. So how did this activity help you in choosing the right words in a sentence? Okay, very good. So this activity helps you to understand that the sentences has right or exact words that needs to be chosen in order to make a meaning to it. So how important is choosing the right words to complete a sentence? Very good. It is really important to choose the right words because the words mean a lot. Once you choose the wrong word, it can completely change the meaning of the sentence. So what skills did you apply to complete the sentences? Very good. It's all about your vocabulary skills. So how can you apply this skill in your everyday activity and in your everyday communication with everyone? So with your vocabulary skills, you can make meaningful interactions and conversations with everyone you encounter. Now that we are done with our first and second activity, let's try to explore on the story of the enormous turnip. Do you feel more excited now, my dear students? Okay, very good, because I too am very excited to read the story The Enormous Turnip by Alexei Tolstoy. Let's read the story of The Enormous Turnip. Once upon a time, a little family lived on a little farm. They were not rich, but they were very happy with their lives. One summer, the weather was bad. Nothing grew from the ground. The farmer was worried because they would have very little to eat for the winter. A winter is a state of weather where it is very, very cold and there are lots of snow falling. Going back to the story. So, the farmer went to his barn to look for something to plant. I only have turnip seeds left, he thought. I hope they grow before winter. He carefully planted the seeds deep into the soil. Please grow, he whispered to the turnip seeds. Please. For many weeks, the farmer waited and watched. I hope they grow, he said to his wife, or we will be hungry this winter. Then one day, the farmer went to check the field. Only one of the seeds was growing, but what do you think happened to that one seed that was growing? That one seed was growing into an enormous turnip. When we say enormous, it means very huge, very, very big. The turnip was in an unusual size. Oh, thank you, the farmer said very, very happily. For weeks and weeks, the farmer and his family watched the enormous turnip grow. It got bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm going to make turnip mash and turnip soup, the farmer's wife said happily. Also a turnip roast. Please, mother, their daughter pleaded. The farmer got up early one morning and found his spade. It was nearly winter, so it was time to dig up that enormous turnip. For hours, the farmer dug into the soil around the turnip. Then he tried to tie the rope to the turnip top and began to pull. Turnip mash, turnip stew, and soup, the farmer thought hungrily as he pulled. But what do you think happened? Pull as he might, the enormous turnip did not move. Soon, the farmer's wife came to help. We'll have a feast tonight, she said. But, pull as they might, the enormous turnip did not move. They called for their daughter, and she helped them pull the turnip too. But, pull as they might, the enormous turnip did not move. The dog heard all the noises and came to help the family. But Pull as they might, the enormous turnip did not move. Even their lazy old cat came to help, but the enormous turnip did not move even a bit. "It's no good," the farmer said, letting go of the rope and falling to the ground. "We will never going to taste the turnip mash or stew or soup," he said hopelessly. All of a sudden, the farmer heard a very, very small squeak. Who do you think it was? A little mouse was holding onto the rope. It was trying to pull at the enormous turnip. "Do you want to help too?" the farmer asked, smiling, but very sadly. "Well, you're very little, but let's try one last time." They were very hopeful for one last time. So, the farmer, his wife, their daughter, the dog, the lazy old cat, and that little mouse pulled out the last time. What do you think happened? Will they successfully pull out that enormous turnip with all their forces combined? Let's try and see. And they pulled the enormous turnip from the sod with a loud pop. "We did it!" the farmer shouted very happily. Everyone was cheering with joy. From that day on, the farmer and his family never went hungry ever again. What have you learned from the family of the farmer and his pets, which are the cat, the dog, and the mouse? Very good learning. You learn about cooperation, never giving up. Very good. And also, patience. We learned patience from them. That even though you feel like things are kind of impossible to do, you never give up and instead you look for help from everyone. That is a very great lesson, everyone. Now, I have another activity for you. Since you've already read the story of the enormous turnip, I want all of you to create a flow chart showing the sequence of events that happens in the story of the enormous turnip. You should have to be very, very creative in this one. You will be graded according to the following criteria. First one is content with 40%. It includes relevance if your informations are aligned with the topic, which is the enormous turnip. The second one is completeness if it includes all required informations. And third one is accuracy if the information is correct and precise. The second criteria is organization, which has 30%, which includes first one is clarity, if it is easy to read and understand. The second one is structured, if it is a logical flow of the story. The next one is alignment, if it incorporates a relevant diagrams or charts. Next one is creativity, which is 30%, which encompasses originality, which is if it has unique design and original, and it is also very appealing. Next one is a visual element, if you're effective in use of colors, symbols, and images. Lastly is innovative use of space, if the layout is very effective and the design is very, very creative. Okay, I will be giving you 10 minutes to do this activity in your long bond paper. Now I have a question ready for you, my dear students. So what is the story of the enormous turnip all about? Very good. The story of the enormous turnip is all about a family who is struggling on looking for food to eat during winter. And Well, they did not give up, but instead they worked together to find solution to their problem. My next question is, who are the characters in the story and how do they differ? The, the characters in the story are the farmer, his wife, his daughter, the dog, the lazy old cat, and the rat. Well, as you can see in the story, the farmer at first, he was very, very patient, but you could sense that he is sometimes hopeless. Yes, he feel really hopeless sometimes when he feels like it's really impossible to do. The wife and his daughter were very, very cooperative and very helpful, as well as their cat and their dog and their rat. But you know what? I very admire the rat because even though he or she is very little, he is very helpful. And you think that his efforts or his strength is really valuable in helping the family achieve their goal, which is in pulling the enormous turnip, which is a very, very great help. The rat's effort is very, very great help to the family. So now the third question is, where is the setting of the story? Well, the story happened in the farm. Next question, what is the major problem that was encountered by the character in the story? The major problem that they encountered is that at first it's just all about their problem in what food will they eat during the winter. But their next problem was when they cannot pull that enormous turnip out of the soil. So how was the problem solved? Well, with cooperation and teamwork, and as well as patience, without giving up, they successfully pulled the turnip out of the soil. Lastly, what moral lesson or values did you learn from the story? The moral lesson or value that we can learn from the story is very good. It's cooperation, teamwork, and patience. Now I have prepared an answer sheets for you. So all you have to do is to answer the test questions that I have prepared. We have only two types of test. The first one is multiple choice, in which you just have to read the sentence carefully and underline the letter of the correct answer. The second one is matching type. You just have to match the things in column A to the things in column B. I will give you 5 minutes to do the activity. Are you done? Okay. Now we are done with our lesson for today, everyone. I hope you've learned a lot today. Let's all bid our goodbye. See you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile gave a hug. Ladybug, blow a kiss. Jellyfish, see you soon. Big baboon, out the door. Dinosaur, take care. Polar bear, wave goodbye. Butterfly, goodbye, my dear students. See you next time.